What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just gonna give you guys a simple recipe teaching you how to cook spaghetti squash. And the recipe I'm going to do kind of like a spaghetti and meatballs but with spaghetti squash. So this is kind of small. You usually get bigger ones, but there unfortunately weren't any. First things first, you're going to, oh, I didn't even do it. You're gonna preheat the oven about 400 degrees. If it's a bigger squash or you're doing multiple squashes, I would say between 400 to 425 degrees. All right, first things first, you need to slice open the spaghetti squash. There's multiple ways to do it. I personally like this way because I like getting the seeds out before it cooks. But spaghetti squash is pretty hard to, but spaghetti squash is hard to cut. So I'm gonna see how this one goes. If yours is too hard, you can always poke it with forks, microwave it a little bit to soften it up, or throw it in the oven while it's preheating to soften up and then cut it. I also heard from my friend that if we cut the sides of the spaghetti squash, it will be easier. So I'm going to try that out with you right now. So let me go grab the knife. I don't like knives, but we gotta do it. So let's see. Oh, I really don't like using big knives. There we go. That one wasn't bad. Wasn't fully in half, but we're good. This one actually doesn't have that many seeds, but as you can see, there's usually a ton of seeds. What you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a spoon, you're just gonna scoop that out, just throw it in the trash or put it in a bowl. So it's like that, no more seeds. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. Go. Just throw that away. All right, so now once you scooped out the seeds outside of this spaghetti squash, after you scooped all the seeds out, you're just gonna grab a clear pan like this, and you're going to put the spaghetti squash face down, both halves, and then add about half a cup to a cup of water into the pan. So there you have it. You're gonna put it like this. You see the water. I'm gonna put it in for about 40 minutes since these are small. And while that's cooking, I'm going to cook the meatballs. So in general, spaghetti squash does take a while to cook. So when you're cooking, you know, your proteins, whatever else you're adding to it, you wanna make sure you're cooking the spaghetti squash first, so it kind of all comes out at the same time. So I'm gonna go put that in the oven. All right, so now for the meatballs. I just cut up some onions, so my eyes are a little red. You can go with any meatball recipe. I'm just going to be using 93% ground turkey, some breadcrumbs, an egg, some onions. I tried mincing them, it was just a mess. Some garlic powder, salt and pepper, and yeah, so let's just mix it all up in a bowl. So first, I'm going to just crack the egg, beat that. So we're beating the egg. This is about 1 pound of ground turkey, so I'm gonna do about half a cup of breadcrumbs with the 1 egg. Mix that up. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of water. Now I'm gonna add my onion. That was a mess of an onion. That looks... So about a 1/4 cup of an onion, minced. I'm gonna do about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna just add like a sprinkle of some garlic powder. All right, now we're gonna add the meat in and just mix it up with our hands, which I probably should have done a bigger bowl. We're good, we'll make it work. And now just roll it up into meatballs. Now we're just gonna put them in the oven. I have it at 400. I was gonna do it in the pan, but I decided I'm just gonna put it on the oven. It is at 400. They say sometimes to cook this at 350, so I'm gonna put it in for about 15-20 minutes and go from there. All right, so I just took everything out of the oven, as you can see. Look at those meatballs. I rotated them a little bit halfway through. I like them nice and crispy. That's personally how I like it. So I'm gonna let that chill. I didn't cook it with any salt and pepper. I personally like doing it at the end. But since these are nice and small, okay, let me talk to this first. What you do is you literally just shred it. Like, you see how that looks like spaghetti? Can you see that? Let me bring it closer for you. You're literally going to just shed it like that. And because these are smaller, I think I'm just gonna add the meatballs in it, shred it up a little bit, add some cheese, marinara sauce, and just eat it like a bowl. But my sister and I love doing this as like a meal prepping food. We just make it in bulk, we heat it up. You can heat it up in the microwave, in the oven, it doesn't matter. And it's so good. And so the benefits of spaghetti squash is that this is a really good pasta low carb alternative. You can eat 2-3 times the amount of this than you can regular pasta, and sometimes rice. And if you are in a deficit and you're trying to lose weight, you want to make sure you're eating foods that are going to keep you full longer and that are yummy and a good alternative. I love this pasta. Personally, I eat it and I don't always feel that good after it, and then I get hungry 30 minutes later. And this is just, I love spaghetti squash. Like, once I had this once, I was hooked. You can make so many different recipes. Go on Pinterest. You'll find many, but it's super easy to cook. You can sprinkle it now with salt and pepper. I'm gonna add the meatballs, marinara. I'll show you how I do that, but a really good pasta low carb alternative. So now I'm gonna make this, put this all together. Gonna add some oregano to it. I put it in a bowl, added the meatballs, added some marinara, and there you have it. Oh, it smells so good. All right, there you have it. I put it in a bowl, added the meatballs, some cheese, oregano. Oh, so yummy. It's low carb. If you're on a weight loss journey, this is so easy. It's gonna keep you full. It's delicious. It's literally like spaghetti meatballs, and you can make so many different things with spaghetti squash. Let me know if you want any more recipes, what kind of recipes you would like. I love cooking with spaghetti squash. I will make more. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. And until the next one, bye.